Sitting home in your car, no matter if you miss far. You better tune in quick or you might just miss the best show this side of the sea. It's the Batman Morning Show. 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 It's the
And every one of you, good morning. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Good morning to each and every one of you that's here on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Yes, it's Tuesday, January the 28th. We're moving along, and this month is almost gone, and we're moving along quite ahead of it's just moving fast. Good morning to each and every one of you that are listening on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I like to say good morning to each and every one of you that's in the chat. I like to say good morning to all of our YouTube listeners and telecast listeners, to Sharon, to Alice, to everybody that's here. Happy Tuesday to all of you. Excuse me. I like to shout out some people before I go to the weather. No, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do the weather right quick. We want to do the forecast. Beautiful day so far in our region, but we're still a little bit chilly. It's still a cool start to what is going to be a tremendous day. Like say good morning to everybody in Coldwater and Como and San Antonio. Like say everybody good morning to our Batesville listeners, our Quitman County listeners, Marks and Lambert, all of our Horn Lake, South Haven, Byhalia, all over down there in Tate County, Tupelo, all over. The audience that we have nationwide, to all of our friends in the DC area, New York area, all of our friends and loved ones, of course, DJ Kitty and our plugs, founder and Western part in this Morning Star, and all of those had a great show last night on the Our Plugs Community Connection. It was on last night at 6:30. Great show, great guest, and we're just trying to bring some. We're just trying to bring great programming to you that you will enjoy. Great conversations, news, information. Just a great platform that they have here. And shout out to what's DMW? Is that Texas? That's down there in Texas. Alice, put it in the chat so I can see. I don't know, but anyway, cool start to what promised to be another delightful day in the Mid South, and we're looking about this afternoon in the highs. Get this, folks, all that cold weather and all that chilliness that's going on. It might be more than likely get up to the 60s today. So we're trying to get us some bearings, and maybe we can get some things out of the way. But we're going to find a way to get outside and soak up some of this beautiful sunshine. And it's not going to be as cold tonight, with our overnight lows going back into the 30s, and still nice for. We're still looking for a nice Wednesday, but we're looking out for chances of rain, because the clouds are going to be coming back on Thursday, but the temperatures are going to be mild and into the weekend. So we got chances of rain coming more than likely on Saturday afternoon. But right now at our recording weather stations, it's 31 in Como and in Coldwater, over there in Batesville and in Oxford over there. In that area, it's 30. It's 31 degrees at South Haven and in Olive Branch, 30 degrees, about 30 to 31. That's the average for everybody, including WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. This is the greatest radio station this side of the Mississippi. Penelope has creeped into the house. Hello, how are you? That's our other great moderator that's here. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well and what your new endeavors. And she comes by and say hello to her McMahon Morning Show family. We like to say good morning to all of you. There are two things I want to talk about. One is urgent. The other is not so urgent. To our listeners in the Dalton and in the North, um, in the Midwest, Illinois and Indiana and all over there. But in Dalton, Lori Lightfoot, the former mayor of that community of the city of Chicago, has been hired as the investigator to bring out the irregularities and the things that have been going on there. And she gave her report, her final report on last night. Now, from what I could generate, uh, it's a pretty detailed. Some things we knew, some things that we actually did not know, but it all winds down to uh, I think that the super mayor is getting ready to go to jail. So I don't know. God help. DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. Yeah, shout out to Texas and shout out. Is that Dallas? DW, DMV. Okay, that's DMV. Okay, well that's okay. So I don't have much of an opinion. I thought that we were going to have a guest on today that would give us a feel in. If you're listening to the show, some of our regulars that are there, it would be good to get a little report from you of some kind. But we're not going to worry about that. There's something, um, and we'll get to the Lightfoot situation a little bit later. But I have some concerns about the sudden elimination of grants and loans in various government programs, the Small Business Administration loans, the FEMA loans, the grants to go to probably to go to school. I don't know whether it includes education or not, home fix ups, any kind of grants to nonprofits that depend on grants and services. The Red Cross, the Salvation Army depends on grants from the federal government. But the office holder now says that he's eliminating and orders a freeze on all government grants. He says that there's corruption and there's stealing, might as well say on it. He said that he's going to try to look at things on a case by case basis, but until then, they have put a executive order, uh, and it's a major halt to the flow of programs that are going to go around. A lot of the programs that our nonprofits uh, receive and the grants to help the community, the Title One monies and different things are getting ready to be halted. And someone said on the other night, good to see you, Brother Lee. Somebody said on the other night in the commentary that he's attacking the Black economy. He's backing African Americans in the corner by hitting their pockets. He promised that the rates and the prices would go down. We know that there's a process with everything, but he said he can fix it in the day. We're still paying high gas prices. They're raiding most places that hire illegal aliens, like the chicken plants and the beef processing plant, and the people that picks our vegetables and our fruits. Food is about to go up. I'm not saying that it's about to go up because of these stoppages. Not only is he stopping these things, um, and stopping a lot of things, and it was said in Project 2020, it's already been out. They were waiting for an opportunity. They just threw a date on that book, on that publication, and he said in the first 100 days of his administration what he was going to do. He said, when I get there, I'm going to work on eliminating this and combining this and taking away that and ain't no be no more free lunch. You're not going to be able to do things. Now, Congress can allot things, and Congress has the power of the purse. He can't control the money per se, good people, but he can stop his departments from issuing the funds. There are three branches of the government that Mr. Yellow Payne tells us about. Let's look at that right quick. I want to let y'all see because we're going somewhere with this in a couple seconds. Y'all look at this right quick, and this will remind you where we should be doing and what we should. Good morning to everybody on WKRA 92.7 FM, everybody in YouTube. Let's look at this and give us a refresher on what's going on.
First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us it was three branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them three people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in '08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. And I wanted to just give a refresher as we discuss this first half of our show to letting you know that people, we have a solution to the problem. Now, our votes is not for sale. I can't tell you who to vote for, what to do, or whatever the case may be. But just think about this for a second. This man is up here using his power, and he's doing it with the backing of the majority in Congress, which is these 15 or these it's very few. Um, the widening road is, I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference in the majorities. The majority is 53 Republicans. They got the majority in the Senate, and it's 47 and two independents. That's the 47 roundup. They caucus with the Democrats. That's in the Senate. You see it on the screen there. The majority is 218, and the Republicans have exactly 218 members that are voting Republican and 215 with two vacancies on both sides on the Democratic side. There's not a lot of wiggle room to do a whole lot of things with. You need two-thirds of or third or two-thirds of the Congress, um, three-fifths of the Congress, I think it's three-fifths, something like that, to change an amendment or even to put the amendment out there to change the amendment to the Constitution plus ratification by 30% of or 30 a third of the states have to ratify it. So there's a lot of things that have to happen constitutional wise. But this person has authority and powers that are executive that has been granted to him by the law. That he's the executor, he's the chief, what they call it, the commander in chief. He runs the armed forces and the departments in the government. He runs them. He's the person that distributes through his. The Congress gives the money to the departments, and the president, who's head of the all the executive branch of all of the government, tells them what to do. They do. If they don't, he'll find somebody that will. Look at the majority. Now, it's not too far. That means that we have an opportunity during this next wave of next 2 years. We got time to breathe, get ourselves together, figure out which way we're going to go as far as the people is concerned. A lot of us have to wake up. And I'm not saying that we're asleep or you're asleep at the wheel or something like that. What I mean by that is waking up to the fact that We cannot depend upon just the government to give us what we need. We got to do for ourselves too. And we see that in everyday life and what we're doing each and every day. We see it in the ways that we have to live and what we have to do. We go to the store and we got to provide for our families. We're trying to do what we have to do. And they're trying to cut our economy. If I take the grants from these foundations and take the grants from the small businesses so that they won't get a chance to stay afloat, what if I take away the Small Business Administration and just shut it all the way down? The minority, uh, the minority business section, the place that help people of all different races and nationalities that they call. I mean, they're not going to have it anymore. And under this administration, if they get their way, what can we do? We got to send people to Congress. The people that got to go to Congress to fight for our to fight for the very little that we have. Now, why do you say that, James Mack? Why do you say that? Why do you say we got to go and we got to fight and everything? I'm not saying march. I'm not saying uh, cause any kind of disturbances. I'm saying with buying power, hit them where they're trying to hit us. If we pay attention, there's a list of companies that if somebody has it, you can send it, email it to me, of the DEI people, the companies that are going to be not honoring minority hiring or the minority programs to help people go along. Walmart's at the top. So, and these other companies that we try to uh, help and people that we try to help to make things better as we go to work. I think about all those people that are happy to wear the smiling face on their ID and come and greet you at the door and give all of that service and all of that time to those people. And they turn around and say, you don't mean anything. Oh, the orange man sent a lot of people home, civil servants that were under certain minority hiring programs like equal opportunity programs that were hiding. He told them all to go home with pay. Yeah, he said with pay. But until I figure out what I'm going to do with you, you got to go. Everybody that was at the press conference for the congressional leaders, the Speaker of the House and his people, all of them look like somebody else. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show. And on today, it just disturbed me how we see things that are occurring and that are happening. And what are we going to do about this? Woulda, shoulda, coulda, or are we going to stand together, take care of our community, and do the things that are right? Let me read this comment from one of our, who is that? That's Paula. Okay, hey, she says Obama changed things so that the executive branch has ruling power over the legislative branch. The executive branch can declare war for 6 months before they. Well, yeah, the Insurrection Act, and he can call martial law and suspend the Constitution. There's some emergency powers that he has, and I think he's going to use some of this. Okay, that's false. If that's false, well, according to, I don't like to silence anybody, but I'm going to eliminate that right quick because I don't like how no misinformation here. Please don't bring your unfactual opinions to the table. We will check them as soon as we can, and we have checked that. The first executive order was issued by George Washington in 1789. Okay, so they've been doing this for a long time. How does this affect us as a people? Those of you that are listening to me on the radio, and those of you that are listening on our telecast on YouTube, what is it that we need to do? We're getting cut out as a people out of a lot of things. The strides of the civil rights movement, he has wrote executive orders eliminating most executive decisions for civil rights from the Johnson administration, just a part of it. He's getting ready to dissect some things. He is getting ready to declassify the JFK assassin unalivement file, the Dr. King unalivement file, and the unalivement file of Robert Kennedy. He's declassifying all that information. No more redaction. You're going to hear and you're going to see things to destroy this man's legacy. He's going to make sure that we don't celebrate nothing on his birthday. Oh, Dr. King and AI. A lot of people don't know AI is going to get you in trouble because they can take a picture of you and make it seem like you are a fruit or something, or you doing some wrongdoings, and use these cameras and put paste and all kinds of things and make you seem like anything. So I'm not saying that a man or woman has not done anything. I don't know what a person does. That's their business. I don't know. But for the fight of freedom, the man was there for the fight of freedom. I don't know what he did in his personal life between him and his family, his wife, or whatever. That's between him. That was between him and Mrs. Coretta Scott King. But you would rather have, of course. Good morning to Diane Black, our wonderful Congresswoman that needs. Come on, Diane, and run, Jesus. Just run to make sure that the evil ones don't run. Run because you got 96,000 votes. Ain't never happened for a Democrat or anybody of color in the DeSoto County. You got more votes than a lot of votes. I'll talk about that later. Back to this. This is an important message at 22 past the hour of 9. What in the world and why in the world are we allowing people to walk over us again and again? Let me go back to that. We got elections coming up, national elections in 2 years. That means we get the chance to uh, take some senators are up and some representatives. They will be up every 2 years. In order to stop the moment, what's going on, you got to have a Congress in there that says no. Don't even let it get past the House to get to the Senate. You can't do it. You still got to go through the process. People let us think about what we do and what we should do. Good morning to our co-host, DJ Kitty Cat of Our Plugs LLC. That's why we need Our Plugs LLC, because we're getting ready as a community and as a group of people to be squads out of what they call the American dream that we built. So if we built it, then we need to just kind of like make sure that we get control of what we're doing. Partnering. I got some good news coming up, folks. I'm going to just let a little bit of it out and we'll make a greater announcement later. Listen, I'm going to go to break right quick. It's 22:23 after the hour. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show. I will be back after these great commercials that we have. Uh, we got a lot to talk about, and I don't want to waste any time not doing it. Here's a few commercials that we have. Thank you to our sponsors. You're watching and listening to the Magman.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650.
Hey guys. Hey guys. New year, new time, new days. Yes, we're doing it again with my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands, our fresh food distribution for those that live in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So come on down, pop your trunk, and we'll drop fresh food inside. And those that like to donate, go ahead to our website, www.carterscaringhands.com. Scroll down and donate wherever you can. Highly appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to all the donors that donated to the bigger cause so we can continue to help feed the families here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So hope to see you soon, guys. God bless.
Welcome to A World That Sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
We're back on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We're here at 9 o'clock every day, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast, right here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. And on YouTube, we're telecast everywhere around the world. Everybody, somebody, somewhere is listening to the Magman Morning Show, and I appreciate and I thank each and every one of you for doing what you've done. Also, I'd like to once again say good morning to Diane Black. Diane, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but there's something that we got to stop worrying about not doing and get ready for. You got to have a plan. And the municipal elections are getting ready to come up around in our region. And it starts there. Start voting there. Start making up your mind how to get better information, how to get better understanding about how your government works. If you don't know how it works, they're gonna trip you up. Know how the process works, folks. Our Plus, I believe, is a great resource that we should have that will help on the Magman Morning Show part, because not only if you get with Our Plus, you're going to get marketing and your name is going to get out there, but there are resources that they have for the business person and the business man and woman that has a business. Your business needs to be protected. Now, the person in that got the seat up there is saying that he's for business people. Well, those of you that got your LLCs and all of those things, we got to get our financial sales in order. We got to get our record keeping in order. Whether you sell cookies, cakes, do hair, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, no matter what it is, there's still room at the table for us. Now, let me say this too, so it won't be an afraid type of thing. We're not saying that you have to be scared, but you got to be wise in what you're doing. You got to be aware of what's going on around about you. If nothing else that this election, this past national election has done, that should have opened up the eyes of the people. Don't get scared when it started happening, but there's still hope with what's going on. There are some guardrails that are in place, folks, and that is the Congress of the United States. I said it. 218 to 215. That's the majority that they got. You need three-fifths to pass any major legislation. You got to have three-fifths majority, and they don't have it. Now let's take it out of their hand. Now he's gonna be up there 4 years. Ain't nothing you can do. They've already showed us that they will take a convicted felon 34 times. They don't care who it is. So therefore, let's just take a page from their playbook, if you know what I mean. Go in and fight for your job. I know you might have to strike or whatever the case may be. I just would like to see somebody tape an interview after you tell a person, well, I did have some trouble and I did have something. I've done my time, I ain't been bad. I've done nothing wrong. I've kept my nose straight. I tried to be, I'm rehabilitated. I'm doing what I do. I want to see what somebody's going to say, one of them people that voted for the guy, and what they're going to say to that person that comes there, got that business, and they come there and ask for a job, and you say you got a strike on your back, but your president got 34 of them. This is the Magman Morning Show, WKRA. And I just wanted to say that. I mean, because we live in a society, and in the second half of our show, we're going to come. I'm going to bring Brother Lee really soon, and I got to open up the discussion with everybody, because if we don't look and see what's really going on around about us, we're going to be in major trouble. I'm talking about us as a community of hmm Black Lives Matter, and power to the peoples, and all of these other things. And we're fighting each other. We're backbiting each other. We have no leadership. And the people that are trying to step up and be leaders, they're trying to keep everybody down. If you got a voice, you got to compromise. I don't like what's going on. I don't know, like what's happening. Do I think that it's the end? No, I don't know when that's going to come. God, that between God and his son, what happens there. But what I'm saying is this: are we really aware of what's going on? Are we prepared for the shift that's coming? We always sing, they sang this song in church. There's a shift in the atmosphere. You better believe it. There's a shift in the atmosphere of a racist, prejudiced bunch of people that have gotten together and said, we do not want black people to have the rights that they have right now. We're getting ready to take them back. I'm saying, James Mack is saying, that they will go so far as to turn back the hands of time and take every piece of legislation, or write a piece of legislation that cancels out the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Bill, the affirmative action. That's what it is. What Clarence Thomas used to get through school, all of a sudden he gets up into the pearly gates of the Capitol and get him a position for life, and turn his back on a whole group of people because he said that in Georgia they picked on him and called him dark. Who ain't dark? Who I'm dark? Well, they wasn't doing nothing but telling the truth. They picked on me. They picked on me. Told me poor one. Listen, we all was broke. Ain't nobody had no silver spoon in my neighborhood. We had decent stuff. We kept clean and raked our yard and did what we do. Our parents had to get out there and work and everything. Ain't nobody come from Peel Hill, even if you did. Same thing. We all got a walk of life that we done been through. DEI. Yeah, it was DEI. Y'all don't want to know. Well, we need to go back to the time that we had Jim Crow. You a lie. I ain't going back there. You crazy as all outdoors. What man, what woman would want their child or their loved ones to go through segregation and the discrimination that we've come up on? It ain't been that long ago. Can I call in the people that were born in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s? When it comes to the 70s, they was hiding in the suits. They didn't have the white coats and the horses and going around doing what they do. They got executive suits on K Street. Y'all know what K Street is? That's where all the lobbyists is. That's where the special interest headquarters are. All of the influence go through them people. They make black media go through those people. We can't get anything to go. We can't say anything. Our own community sometimes won't even support. I don't care if you got a chicken shack. You still need advertisers. Call somebody, call WKRA, give our plugs an opportunity. Not just because you could have and the most juiciest good chicken ever. Nobody will know if you don't say nothing. Yeah, word of mouth is good too. We know, but we got to step into the 21st century. We don't have the can and the string anymore. One go to this place, one go to that place. We're not living like that. We live in a technological age that information moves at the speed of light. R Plugs LLC, the R Plugs community connection that we have here on the Magman Morning Show and in Mag Media Productions have partnered together with various others. I got a new partner. There's some new stuff that I'm going to tell you. We're not going to do it now. We're going to make a major announcement uh, on this show coming soon. Big news is coming. I told y'all it was going to happen, and it's going to happen. Is there opposition because we're growing? Let's talk about that for a second. Now, here we are at a crossroads. I'm gonna get you, Lee. Just hang tight. And I just got that because I didn't. I was doing something. And you're listening to WKRA and the Macman Morning Show, and you're listening to me because we have a situation here where the policies that have protected us, the policies that give us what we have, the policy that gave us equal opportunities, they say it did. It gives some, but it didn't give all of us. It's already getting terrible. They flooded our community with guns. Everybody can carry one. Now you got the Wild Wild West, and you got all kinds of things going on. People shooting each other each and every day. Somebody's carjacking. Somebody 12, 13 years old got a gun, can't even spell cat, can't sign your name, don't know what's going on, don't know what the Constitution is. They see things, and I've never seen blatant disrespect for authority like I see in my own. Let's start in my own community. It was a time that if you were look like me or even look resemblance like me and raised your voice or raised your hand to your parent, you know you wouldn't be here today. You talk about child abuse. That backhand slap that I got and saw stars, saw stars all at the same time. Batting my eyes trying to get my light back. My mama knocked my sight out because disrespect. We're a disrespectful generation. Mhm. We don't honor our elders anymore, and our elders aren't honoring us. We got grandmas out there twerking. What in the world's going on in this world? I ain't saying the thing ain't what you do is what you do. You see them out there doing. You see old men out there doing all kinds of things. Got their pants down and they showing their drawers, all kinds of things. Terrible stuff. Not grown. What leaders do we have to go to? Everybody wants some money. We can't. We ain't got no strength in the churches and the things that not all churches. I'm not talking about your church or whatever. If you feel I am, that's your business. But if the pastor is rich and the folks is broke, something is wrong with that particular situation. I'm not talking about the minister that's a pastor that's working and doing what he do, and you doing what you do. But I don't know why do you need a Rolls Royce. Jesus didn't have one. Why can't I have me something and you got all the goods and everything that you want eating steak and filet mignons and all them other things that you eating and I can't eat them but pork and bean and hot dogs. So I'm wrong with that picture. My light's getting cut off, but I got to sow a seed. My kid's about to starve, but if I just give this last $10, some people are on the brinks of that. Some people can't manage. It's nothing to manage. $400 a month. Rent is $1,200, $1,300 a month, $2,000 for an apartment almost. $150 was the first apartment. Oh, month. I wish. Nice. One bedroom apartment had was nice. Nice. 150 a month. Phone bill was $12 a month. Light bill was 25. Didn't have to pay water. Go to the store, I can take $20, $25 and go and fill up that little refrigerator that I had. I had food to eat. Go down to Mama live right down the way. I go there on Sundays and eat. You can't live like that now. Sense of community is gone. Disrespectful generation that we live in. And we live in a generation where we don't know where we come from. I have seen and asked people, do you know your history? Do you know Marcus Garvey? Do you know Sojourner Truth? Do you know other people other than Dr. King? Not saying that we don't know. Thank God we know him, and they trying to take him away by releasing all kind of tapes and stuff. He did this, and he was with this person and that person. How in the world are you gonna be moral when this man that y'all elected got on the bus and talking about he gonna grab people's what you call it? They like me. I pull them and kiss them, put Tic Tacs in my mouth, because I might have to kiss one of them. They let you do anything because you're a star. This is the man that sits in the chair that controls destiny. I saw a woman go to a department store. She can't even go buy her a dress and nothing. He got her up in the dressing room doing all kind of things and lying and say that he didn't. I didn't do it. Then his buddy Epstein and all the rest, P. Diddy, all the rest of them folks that do something. Just because this one, don't blame P. Diddy, it's somebody behind that. He didn't become a billionaire on overnight. He don't have that type of stamina to make that thing in that situation happen. Him and Jay-Z and the rest of them. I'm not talking about them, but just let you know why you a billionaire. I'm not hating on you, but can I give me some of that money too? I'm in entertainment. I'm doing what I have to do. So that's why I and those of us that are working with R Plus and the other things, we're working hard. And what I mean by that, we're working to try to bring our community together, not bridge no gap, get our act together. We just a mechanism, one mechanism out of many. But let this one mechanism strike the match in doing the things that we need to do to get ourselves together. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. I'm going to just take a brief break. I'm going to bring Brother Lee in on the discussion. And we got a little more, we got time to do what we're going to do. But I just want to just thank all of our wonderful sponsors, those that have gotten with us and those that are coming. You see them. Don't worry about, oh, well, you got more than 2 commercials now. Well, that's all right. I praise God for the 2 that I got because they faithful. I'd rather have somebody faithful around doing what they do than to have folks that fly by night and ain't going to do nothing. You're listening to the Magman Morning Show.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Hey guys, new year, new time, new days. Yes, we're doing it again with my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands, our fresh food distribution for those that live in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So come on down, pop your trunk, and we'll drop fresh food inside. And those that like to donate, go ahead to our website, www.carterscaringhands.com. Scroll down and donate wherever you can. Highly appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to all the donors that donated to the bigger cause so we can continue to help feed the families here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So hope to see you soon, guys. God bless.
First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws, they the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House cops make the court calls. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
They want you to focus in on the president. That's what they want us to keep looking at, the show, the clown show that we see. I just believe that we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be fine, but we got to get our focus together, and we got to get on top of things. A lot of things that are happening that are affecting us. Brother Lee is here with us, our chief contributor. He's here, and I know I've taken up most of the time. I wanted to get those things out of the way. To We will have our report about the Lightfoot situation. We got some. I got a notification that someone's going to come on either tomorrow or Thursday to give us some exclusive information about what's going on. If you are having local elections in your area and you want us to spotlight the races in your area, we're getting ready to gear up for our municipal election coverage. It's going to be a little bit different than what we did for the Democratic National Convention. It's a little bit different. So I want you to understand that we're going to be spotlighting. Dalton is going to be one of our spotlights, and I'm doing another spotlight here in the region that we're in, and that will be done on. Back. I'm sorry, I had a technical difficulty. Okay, we're gonna get together. I'm so sorry. Sound is going. I'm back, y'all. Forgive me. WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. James Mack. I'm back again. I was saying. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you all hear me now? Let me know you can hear me. Type it in the chat. Where you at, Alice? Okay. All right. Good. Um. So as we get ready to talk about the coming weeks, I got some great information, great news that I want to share with you all later on during this week. We got to put the finalizations on things, and we got great news, and we got a lot of, and to God's glory, we're going to be doing some great things in some other areas, and we're going to take WKRA 92.7, getting ready to go and do some things, and they're going to know who we are and what we do here at the McMahon Morning Show. Is going to be, our format is going to change. There's going to be a lot of interesting things that we bring. We get our video coverage of our stories and all those things, as the construction part and the putting together of everything has come together. Mr. Ali Gold with the R Plus team and our team, our production teams, and all those people that are putting things together. I'm just thanking you for all that you do. Listen, Brother Lee is here. I wanted to bring him in on the discussion about, and we're 50 after the hour of 9 here at WKRA. Um, I wanted to bring him in. There's some concerns that people have, And I like to hear the perspective of what's going on, what's happening. Brother Lee, welcome. I'd like to welcome you back. Hey, brother, how you doing?
I am great. How about yourself?
Okay, there you go. I'm great, man. Good to hear you. I'm wondering. I said, well, let me make sure. Brother Lee, and not. I don't want to get into the part of him, the man, the orange person, and we know he's in there and everything like that. But these policies, the immigration policies, and the other things that he's doing, can you give us a perspective from you about what's going on in these maddening things that are happening around our country, from immigration to the money part and everything he's doing to hinder us from or hitting us in the pocket? Go ahead, Brother Lee.
Well, as I can see it now, he's only been in office a few days, and we got 4 years to start crying. You want to start crying now, or you gonna run out of tears later? So the thing is what we're doing is we're focusing on the wrong thing here. We're focusing on what he can do to us. What can we do for ourselves? And we're wringing our hands saying, "Oh my goodness, the sky is falling," and we're not even talking about what we can do as a people, and that's the main thing we're not saying. Is there's things we can do. These are facts. You can look these things up. It's a fact that our economy has been devastated by inflation all the time since the beginning of us coming to this country and becoming what they call emancipated. Our economy, our situation, our community is always paid more for products and services unless we created our own products and services. When we started to do that in the beginning, yes, we initially paid more for everything. When we sharecropped uh, in the South, we paid to get these goods from their stores. The owners of these farms we sharecropped on had stores that we would get products and from, to eat and to live, and they would charge us for that, an exorbitant rate for that, and we ended up the sharecropping. We didn't even break even. We ended up owing them money for this, the products that they sold us, and we never got ahead on these things. So that's why we created our own communities and self-served our own people. And the thing is that in our communities now, inflation has always been higher in our communities than been anywhere in anyone else's community. And those are facts. You can look in our communities and see that gasoline is higher in our communities than any other community. Food is higher. We can't get produce, but when we do have the little produce in these what they call stores, the produce is bad and it's higher than anywhere else. So we pay more for less. We've always paid more for less. It doesn't matter what administration that we were under, we always paid more for less. We always got less. We pay higher taxes because you say, well, how do we pay higher taxes than anyone else? Because they overcharge us for products and services. So we pay more for products and services than any other community. So, and we pay just the same amount of taxes, if not more, because they're hidden in the prices that we pay. We don't check our receipts to see if we've been overcharged because we assume that we're paying what is supposed to be paid. And see, and that's the things that we need to do is watch our pennies and stop shopping at these um I would say stores that are owned by people that are not us. And the thing is, we're so focused on what uh, this president can do or can't do, but we've never been so much focused on a president than we are this one because we've had some terrible presidents. And now we're acting like, yes, this guy is actually the he's for comp he's a devil. And actually we've had devils in office before. And we just buckle down and do what we need to do and stop crying and get it done. And that's the thing. We're worried about him. We got through Reagan. If some people can remember, that was Nixon. I can go back further than that. Nixon, Reagan. You got Johnson. People say, well, Johnson was a great president. Johnson was not a great president. He assumed acquired an office due to unalignment of the last president, and he was forced by the black community to make those signatures on those amendments, those laws, civil rights laws. He didn't do that on his own. That was not his idea. Just like Lincoln, that was not his idea. Lincoln did not free anyone. His intention was to bring the Union back because they wanted to separate because they were making more money than the North. So Lincoln had no intention, he had no respect for Africans, Americans. He had no respect for us. Don't he, it's crazy how they manipulate history, and we celebrate Lincoln's birthday. And people, Mr. Mack is talking about, uh, he was talking about the president and how things are being run by him. And I would say, yeah, witnessing the guns in the street. And the thing is, Dr. King, I'm going to get back to Dr. King. Dr. King, Malcolm X, E.B. Du Bois. I'm going to say this, and he's saying that information will be released and we will have a different opinion about these people. Let me tell you something. God does not require us to be saints to do a job that he gives us. You're not required to be a saint. You're not required to be perfect to do a job. He knows our
That's true.
imperfections. So we keep saying that this person is perfect. He's got to be perfect. She's got to be, everything's got to be in order. No, you don't have to. It requires an imperfect person to do the job in the first place. And that's the thing. There was only one perfect person that did everything right, and he's not physically with us, but he's here. And sometimes, that's the thing we have to understand is that these jobs don't require perfection. And because you find flaws in an individual, that doesn't make him not qualified for the job. Look, you voted for somebody that clearly did not qualify for the job. He's in there. And some of us voted for him. Let's put blame or credit where it is. We're the cause of our problems. And the thing is that we put too much into a president to save us. We're the only minority that looks so highly upon a president to bring a people out of a situation. We have to do it ourselves. It's been proven over hundreds of years that it hasn't happened for us until we make it happen. See, and that's the thing. We look at our history. We did not wait on any president to do it for us. We did it ourselves in spite of all of those, what you call those cities and towns that we have built separate from them. We've done that without their help, without the government's help. The government intentionally redlining. I don't know if people know what that is. That's supported by the government, where they would take communities that we were in and they would block us off from getting loans from banks. They would tell banks not to give us money. You know how they would enforce it? By not insuring those loans. They would tell banks, if you give this money to African Americans, we will not insure that loan. So banks had an incentive not to help us require wealth, not to help us require what you call generational wealth. The government worked hand in hand with the Caucasians to make sure we didn't get anything. And we don't remember that. Look up the history. The government worked together with the Caucasians to keep us in a certain position where we don't have the generational wealth. And you're looking around as why do they have these other communities and why are they thriving? Because the government had a hand in it. They spent billions and trillions of dollars intentionally, not on us, but on the Caucasian community. See, those are the things that we don't talk about. We don't look up the history. Now, if you want to prove me wrong, look it up and then find it. We fact finding today, I think. Brother Max said we fact finding. Look up redlining. If you want to catch me in a lie, you think you
No. It's true because they redlined us on the west side of Chicago. Remember this?
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
So
redlined us, and it's fact.
that's
It's redlining all over the country
but
right
but but
now. Yeah,
that's but that's what I'm saying. The government endorses redlining. They enforce redlining. And that's the thing. See, we thinking they tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. They have cut your boots. They have taken your boots off. And we saying, man, black folks are even saying, well, you got to stop crying. Well, look, the game is set up fixed against us. That doesn't mean that we don't have to try. That don't mean that we can't succeed. That means we got to know the rules before we play the game. Understand that this is not one nation under God. This is a nation that's created for white folks. We just happen to be here after they have turned us loose. We just happen to they can figure out a way to get rid of us, they would. So
yeah.
don't think that
Anyway,
we look at the Constitution like it was written for us. That Constitution didn't have not one black person, not one person of color, one black person sitting at that table with a pen in his hand to sign that. They got the signatures. You know, all those signatures are
yeah,
white men. Every
and
signature
they
is
still
a white man. And every
and this
signature on there by people who own slaves. They own slaves. Every last one of them owns slaves, including what you call the father of our country, George Washington. He had his
you're
slaves.
exactly
Thomas
right.
Jefferson, he had his slaves. John Hancock had his slaves. All of those people had slaves. You think Frank, the guy, I forgot his name, but
Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin
Benjamin
Franklin.
Franklin, you think he paid that black man to wait on him? He didn't pay him. So that's the thing we got to understand is that Constitution was built not for us. That's why
That's right.
I say I'm gonna say a radical thing here, and I'm gonna tell you
No,
something.
no, no.
And
Wait. I want to take a break real quick, and you come back with it. You can say it.
okay,
I got to take
okay,
one real cut here. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We're just having a discussion about the recent events economically that are going on. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Like say good afternoon. I mean, not good morning to everybody. Got Brother Lee here, our chief contributor. And we're going to come back with that thought that he has. We just want to say hello to a couple people and thank you very much for being our sponsors and our patrons.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
An announcement from the great and powerful Oz.
Hey, I'm not the Oz. Man, I'm just plain old DJ Big Daddy House, a.k.a. Samaje Anand, right here on WKRA 92.7 FM on the Madman Morning Show, making a brand new announcement. Yes, a brand new announcement for all of you out there that have non-for-profit organizations or just doing good in the hood. We have a new segment called the Community Calendar. So if you got something going on good in the hood that's going to benefit the people of this nation, man, make sure you get in touch with us, man, so we can put it out there and everybody can know about your creation. right here at the Madman Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 FM.
Everybody look around, cause there's a reason to rejoice, you see.
Everybody look up and feel the hope that we've been waiting on. Everybody's glad, the sound of feeling glad. Freedom you see, and then our hearts singing so joyfully. Just look around, don't keep yourself to check it out. Can't you feel our brand new day? Can't you feel our brand new day?
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show. Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here live and direct, right here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial and live telecast right here. West telecast. We get ready to go on the air and you'll see me. And I have to get my face on and not face on. But I had to get myself together. Like and subscribe. Those of you that are here and you know you haven't subscribed to our channel, we're trying to go ahead and reach this 500 level and get on out of the way and hit that milestone. And then we have another milestone that we would like to hit with our social media group that we do have, and we're preparing and getting together. The Magman Morning Show, Magmedia Productions, have some great news. We got a great announcement. I have another conference today with all of our parties, and we will make our announcement. Big news, big news, big news, big news, and let you know how things are going with our broadcast that we have each and every day. The Magman Morning Show is getting ready to open up the doors and do some things. Our community calendar, our plugs LLC, or as our plugs, the community connection is doing so well on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. They're doing really well. I mean, DJ Kitty Cat and Miss Morningstar are doing exceptional. Had a wonderful show on last night. If you didn't catch the replay. Go to the Our Plugs page. I thought we had it connected, but go to Our Plugs and you can get it. Our Plugs LLC page to get last night's episode. I will be doing an interview on Thursday. Um, I think is I gotta find out when. Let me see. When is the first, folks? When is the first? What day it falls on? I think it's Thursday. I think Thursday or something. Um, we're going to be on uh, the Fall Factor, which is a podcast a platform that I've been invited to. I'm going to be interviewed by Mona Falls. She came on the show, really did great. Not going to be her last time. DJ Kitty Cat and our plugs in our group, we're trying to, we're doing some things. And I just got to tell you, DJ Kitty Cat and her abilities to negotiate different things on the behalf of our partnership is a great thing. Great news coming, folks. I'm trying my best to hold my mouth and keep quiet. February the 1st falls on a Saturday. Okay, we're on the 3rd, which will be that Monday. We will be, we got something coming, but we got to tell you about it. And the 3rd, I will be, I think February the 1st is on a Saturday. I will be on the air on that Saturday with Miss Fall and that great interview. Brother Lee had something that he was saying that he had to tell us. Go ahead, Brother Lee, and tell us. I didn't mean to interrupt you. We just went through. That's our last break for the day. But man, come on with it. I'm listening to you, and the chat
Well,
is listening too. Come on.
well, I just wanted to say, look, we weren't there when the Constitution is written, so it didn't have us in mind when they signed it. So I think we should rewrite the Constitution. It's a must because we weren't there. We didn't have any say so in it. So in this Constitution, women didn't have the right to vote, so they weren't considered. We weren't considered. Actually, you had to own property in order to vote at that time. So it excluded a lot of people. At that time, if you want to look it up, you have to own property and a property owner in order to have a vote. So that's the thing. When they first started that Constitution, wrote all those amendments and put those Bill of Rights in there. And that's the thing we have to understand. We accepting things that are is not acceptable. And that's the that's part of the problem. We're accepting things that are not acceptable. We're not one person, one vote anymore. The vote is set up by the rich. The rich makes that happen. And we want to say we got to take that control out of the wealthy's hands. That 1%, it's probably less than 1% that actually sit at that. They have a table they sit at, and they have more decision making power than we ever had, because that's we the politicians are paid off, so they're easily bought. It's been shown. And that's the thing, is that when they did the redlining, how much money you think that we were cut out of? How much wealth do you think we were cut out of? Trillions of dollars. Trillions of
Oh
dollars
yeah,
we were
no
cut
doubt.
out of. The government cut us out of. We're not just talking about the banks. The government cut the banks. The banks were part of the problem, but the government told the banks, we would not insure these dollars that you're giving, that you're loaning out. If you loan it out to the African Americans, and so they not just owe us reparations. We keep saying, we act like that's a bad word, but that was something inflicted on us, not just by the slave owners, not just by the ship builders, not just by the captains of those ships, not just by those insurance companies. Because I'm telling something, you trace some of those insurance companies all the way back to slavery. And so that's the thing that we have to understand, is reparations is required of more than just those people. It's required of the whole government, and not just this government, the government across the seas too. They had a hand in it. And that's the thing we gotta understand. This redlining is trillions of dollars that families had, and that they had a right to. And we're not in we didn't get it. And you look at white people tell you, Caucasian people tell you, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all of this. You're just whining all the time. They know what they stole. They know what they got. That's why I'm gonna tell you this, man. White people or Caucasians are afraid of us because they know more about us than we do. They know more about our history than we do. They know what we capable of than we do. They try to tell you that you the last of the last, you the bottom of the barrel, you this and that. And I'm gonna tell you something. We the cream of the crop. They know it because they get little tastes of it because when they see one of us do so well with the odds of against us, they are terrified when they see a Tiger Woods, when they see a Venus, when they see a Venus and a Serena Williams, when they see these corporate black folks make it like they do, even though things have been put up against them, the hurdles have been put up. It terrifies them because they see even if all of those obstacles that they put up against us and we still make it through, not just make it through, we excel. We become top of the top. Man, that's got to terrify white folks when they look at you and see the possibilities if we just believe in ourselves and we believe in what God has put in us. We terrify them. We haven't woken up yet. It's like Godzilla, sitting in the bottom of the ocean. He haven't woke up yet. But they're terrified to see Godzilla wake up because when they see us on the streets, it scares them to death to know what's in us, what our abilities are. We can't walking around. We Superman. We the Panther. We the Black Panthers walking around, and we don't even know it. We are that Black Panther. They see our potential. They see what we can do and what we're capable of doing with very little, with almost nothing. Just think, we're doing it with nothing. We just believe in ourselves. It could be yeah, we could excel at astronomical numbers. It's not just for one or two of us. We can all make it. We don't have to wait and see what someone else does and say that's a good one and he made it through. We can all make it through. God meant for us all to make it and have a great life. And that's the thing we got to understand about. And taking responsibility for our kids is very important. Like Brother Mac was saying, we don't need guns on the street. People say, I got to have a gun. You know what? In Japan, they don't have guns and they don't have crime like we do. Their crime down to 1 or 2%. They don't unalive people. Other countries don't have guns and they everybody feels protected. Everybody can walk the streets. They have places like that in this world. And we are the only country that had the most guns and the most crime. That's really strange, ain't it? Per capita, we have more guns than people. Look that up.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we're back on the WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, MacMan Morning Show. Listen, we have had a wonderful day. Listen out for great things
Okay,
coming.
we have no guns
And
in
we'll
here.
be back here on tomorrow at the same time, same place for the MacMan Morning Show. For everybody that's on our team, for all of our listeners around the country and right here at WKRA, you have a wonderful day. Meet us back here on tomorrow. Like and subscribe to the channel. I hope that you like what you've heard today. And as we continue to do that we do, we ask that you just continue to be patient with us. So for everybody that's at the Bangman Morning Show, thank you for listening.
It's a bad thing, rolling song. It's a bad